That's Lobuche East, right in front of us. One of the climbing mountains here. Lewis, who's second down there, I think he got up about 3 this morning to take photos of it and could see the climbers' torch lights on the mountain. Spectacular time of year. Definitely feels like the monsoon has passed. We have these classic clear mornings. Cloud comes in the afternoon, hangs around till just after sunset, then clears out, then comes back probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then sometime in the night it all disappears again. By about 2 or 3 in the morning it's clear. It's just been spectacular. Now we are only 2 nights away from reaching our goal overnight at Everest Base Camp. With armour doubloon to our back, we start to make our way towards Lobuche, coming across an abandoned Sherpa village that gives a sense of what it must have been like to live up here in earlier days before tourism. We're in the glacial moraine, kind of crossing the glacier, which is all water down at this level, but you can see how high it's been previously. Further up, in 3 nights' time, we'll be sleeping on the glacier. But yeah, this is the start of glacier. Coming through the Thukla pass. A guide having a bit of fun. This is officially the only pass we go through on the Everest Base Camp trek. I think we're getting up around 4,700, maybe a little bit higher just here, and we've been seeing, as you can see in front, our first snow left over from probably a week ago when it really hammered down here. is the memorial to a number of climbers who have passed in their attempts at Everest, another of the peaks around here. Top of the Thukla Pass. Dublin still in front of us there. The memorials, as we've been talking about. Actually, all this snow, this was probably a couple of feet deep in snow just 5 days ago, and we weren't even sure if we'd be able to get up through here, but it's quite good now. But as you can see, there's still quite a bit of snow about. Yeah. Well, I've now arrived at where have we arrived at? We've arrived at Lobuche. The rooms are getting smaller and more basic. And here I've got a bed and some space for my bag. Which, you can see down here, they've given us these bags that we can keep, which will be great. We can chuck all this stuff in it when we get home. And then my view looks out over the mountains there. Clouds come in again this afternoon, which is not unusual. But we'll probably go for a walk a little bit later. Lobuche. Towns are getting smaller and smaller. This is where we're staying the night. Got the fireplace going, usually powered by yak dung. I just took a video of some sherpas on their horses coming down through into Lobuche. Pretty classic sort of image to take, and the last horseman stopped and asked to see the video, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's culturally not acceptable to do that, but actually he just wanted to airdrop it because he thought it'd be really cool to have a video of himself up here in the high altitude riding the horses, so happy to oblige. We've come today through from Dingbashay to Lobuche, and as is what happens in the afternoon, the cloud comes in. We're just a bit over 4,900 metres. It is much, much colder up here. The cloud came in earlier too, I think, so we're now in the layers. I've got my thermals on. Got about 3 or 4 layers on top. I am actually in the glacier, in the sense that as we go further up, we'll be on the glacier, but this is all the glacial melt coming down. You can see behind me the moraines either side. So from here we will move through to Gorek Shep tomorrow. That puts us a little bit over 5,000 metres. And then the next night, around about 5.3, 5.4, that will be us camping out at base camp. Don't know whether I'm having second thoughts about that. The room's already freezing just being in a dorm. with your sleeping bag and a bed and a doona and all the clothing, but we're going to be just in a tent with a sleeping bag and whatever clothes we bought. But it's such an adventure. So pleased we're doing it.